You don't need the ordinary niacinamide. You don't need the hyaluronic acid. You don't need the glycolic acid toner, and you don't need the peeling solution. Also, quite controversial, but you don't even need the CeraVe foaming cleanser. Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I thought about talking 5 extremely overhyped skincare products and ingredients that you really don't need, in my opinion, in your skincare routine. So if, for example, you're using niacinamide and you are breaking out and you feel like it's because of this, well, you might be in the right. Or also a hyaluronic acid serum and other products and ingredients that I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, you see, the ordinary has been always super popular, but just very recently, thanks to the hype that TikTok skincare is getting, it has been sold out literally everywhere. I have recently joined TikTok myself, the TikTok skincare community, and we have gained 100,000 followers already. I'm shocked, honey. I was in tears almost. But anyways, before I start saying anything, I just want to say this is personally my opinion based on some research that I have personally done. So I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to discredit other skincare TikTok gurus, because actually they're my friends. Skincare is a science after all. And with science and theories, there's always two sides to one story. So let's start with arguably the product that is truly in vogue and trending right now, which is niacinamide. Not only is the ordinary's niacinamide sold out everywhere, but now basically every niacinamide serum from Paula's Choice, the Face Fairy, they're all going sold out. But my question that I ask you guys now is why 10%? And let me tell you straight away, you don't need 10% strength concentration at all. Studies actually have shown that you really only need 2 to 3% to combat hyperpigmentation and dark spots, and if you have acne, you really need 4 to 5%. So a little bit higher, but still definitely not 10%, actually half that. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that 10% is bad and it's necessarily gonna harm you, but definitely 10% is quite strong for an unneeded reason, and let me tell you why these brands are actually putting 10% on their products. Because you see, the average consumer who isn't really doing that much research into skincare doesn't really know better. They probably think that, oh, okay, so this isn't a 5%, but this isn't a 10%, therefore this is stronger, it's gonna give me better results and faster results, let me get the 10%. I mean, if you think about it, it's just like when you first start getting into baking. Like for me, I knew that I made this mistake, I'm aware. What I would do thinking I was super smart, like smarter than chefs, was like, you know what, So this recipe says to cook it for 20 minutes at 100 degrees, but see, no, I'm smarter than that, I know what I'm doing, let me cook it for 10 minutes at 200 degrees. But that is simply not how it works, because after I opened the oven, it just came out to be just a disgusting, formless mud cake. Like, you know that the one the children give you and gift you for Mother's Day? They made it at the park or in school with clay and mud. Yeah.
Scrumptious. Yum, yum.
But basically, this is just a very effective metaphor that I just come up with. Wow, Mateo, I'm proud of you. You know how to get metaphors. Usually your metaphors are not that good and they're very sexual. But this one, it was PG and it was good. I'm impressed. The same applies for skincare. Not just necessarily because it's a higher percentage doesn't mean that it's gonna go better. You have to follow the recipe of skincare. So truly a niacinamide in concentration from 8 to 10% or even higher. Really don't need that because you only need, once again, 5%. Naturium makes a great gel form of a cream, which I love, but truly, as I already mentioned in the intro, if you are using the niacinamide and you feel like it's making you break out, you feel that there is a little bit of redness, you are using the niacinamide, but you don't know what is causing that breakout, chances are it might actually be the niacinamide. On top of that, if you are using a niacinamide serum like this in a high concentration every day, because I know so many people do, but if you have sensitivity, breakouts, or redness, it's 100% going to be the niacinamide. So either you want to dial it down and reduce it to using it 2 times a week, or you just want to cut it out from this and actually use something on the daily but of a lower concentration. That's what I prefer to do. The Ordinary just came out with 100% niacinamide serum. Let me ask you something, okay? You barely know how to mix your actives, okay? You barely know if you can mix salicylic acid with vitamin C or retinol or whatever, okay? What makes you think that you're capable of making your own niacinamide serum or moisturizer? What makes you think that, okay?
Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane. You ruined my night
completely so you could have the money, but I hope now you spend it on getting some lessons in grace and decorum, because you have all the grace of a reversing dump truck without any tires on.
Normal people like us, you and me, we're not going to be able to formulate it correctly with the right pH, the right percentage, the right amount. Unless you're a coke dealer or you have dealt with drugs in the past, then I would say I strongly advise you don't buy that. So, I mean, I'm guessing that rules out most of you guys watching this video.
Not me, certainly not I.
Arguably, in my opinion, you don't even need a dedicated niacinamide serum. I've actually cut it out completely from my routine. Not only am I saving my coins and saving my money, I'm also seeing a lot better improvements in my skin. I don't have that much redness anymore because yes, niacinamide can reduce the redness, but if used in too higher amounts and too often, it can actually lead to more redness. And let me give you a full instance as to why you don't need a dedicated niacinamide serum. Niacinamide is nothing special, just like hyaluronic acid, which we'll get into a little bit later on. But truly, it is not just a very impressive ingredient. It's very cheap to formulate and it's very easy to get. It is such a great ingredient that brands usually incorporate it in basically every product. So for example, the CeraVe foaming cleanser has niacinamide in it. It's also in the CeraVe PM lotion if you are using that as well, and that is going to be in a very quite good concentration, so you wouldn't need a serum. Another example of where I'm getting niacinamide in my routine without even knowing, if I didn't just look at the ingredient list and pay attention, was in the Ionic Black Snail Restore Serum. Another one is the Snail Bee High Content Essence. Once again, there's niacinamide in this, quite high in the ingredient list. So you mean to tell me that there's niacinamide in this, there's niacinamide in this, and there's niacinamide in this, which I do all use in the same routine sometimes, and you mean to tell me that I'm supposed to go in ahead with another dedicated niacinamide serum?
My first nomination is for Tiffany.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Okay, well, just look that way then.
I've said my piece. I've said enough. I feel like I bored myself to death even, so I can only imagine you. So let's just move on to the next ingredient that you don't need / product, and that is a dedicated hyaluronic acid serum. Specifically, this one from The Ordinary in a 2%, which is also trending all the time on TikTok skincare, which you don't need. Because let me tell you something. First, I want to say this. Hyaluronic acid is not a moisturizer. It's not a hydrator. So no, you cannot use this on its own. Even if you have oily skin, even if you live in a very hot environment, I don't care, okay? You have to use a moisturizer after you use this. Otherwise, it's actually gonna draw the moisture out of your skin and let it evaporate in the form of epidermal water loss, which is totally the opposite of what you want to do. Having said that, you have to understand that hyaluronic acid is only a plumper, okay? So I literally say it every time that I encounter hyaluronic acid in my videos. It's amazing, I love it because it does plump up my skin, but really that's all it does. Like, yeah, it does have some anti-aging properties, but only to the point of it like immediately reducing the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles, but it's nothing long term. As soon as you wash the hyaluronic acid off of your face, it's gonna deplump the skin, unless you inject it in the face in the forms of fillers, which is what I'm doing. If that's the case, then go ahead, honey, knock yourself out. I'll actually come with you to the clinic. But so truly, it really doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't even penetrate that deep into your skin. It actually sits quite like on top of your skin. Not anything essential that you need. Hyaluronic acid is also literally in every product that you own in your skin routine. Actually, even worse, this is gonna be in literally every single thing. Let me give you another for instance, okay? Once again, every CeraVe product is formulated with ceramides and hyaluronic acid. So the foaming cleanser, the hydrating cleanser, the CeraVe lotion, which everyone loves and I do too. On top of that, other The Ordinary serums are actually formulated with plus HA at the end. So another example that I'm using is the Matrixyl 10% plus HA. Not to mention that their natural moisturizing factors moisturizer has that plus HA. Furthermore, once again, connecting back to the other two serums, the Snail Bee High Content Essence from Benton, this Ionic Snail Serum, but literally every single product contains hyaluronic acid in it. Same concept applies, you don't need a dedicated serum. And actually, too much of anything, even if good, can be too bad. Like for example, even if you drink water, too much water could actually kill you. So truly same applies with skincare. I mean, too much hyaluronic acid could actually lead to irritation, redness, bumps in the skin. So I really recommend that if you are seeing any of these signs and you are using a dedicated hyaluronic acid serum, truly just look at your skincare products that you're using right now and just see how many times you see hyaluronic acid or sodium hyaluronate, which is basically the name that you're gonna encounter in the ingredient list. See how many times you see that and then just think, do I really need a dedicated hyaluronic acid serum since it doesn't really do anything for my skin apart from plumping it up? If you want true anti-aging, you need peptides, you need retinol, you need vitamin C's, you need AHAs, BHAs. You don't need hyaluronic acid. The third product that you really don't need, I'm gonna actually make it a 2-in-1, is the Ordinary Peel. It is just disgusting. As I already said at the beginning, I had it, but I had to throw it away.
What? I love garbage.
But also the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. As you can see, like, I bought it and I stopped using it. Like, this is how much I use because I could not bear how much of a sting it was. Like, when I first got into skincare, I didn't know any better, so I got this. But now I know what I'm doing with my skincare, and you really don't need glycolic acid, in my opinion. So let me tell you what's wrong with these two. First of all, the Ordinary ain't disclaiming anywhere that these are actually not safe for POC, because if you didn't know, basically glycolic acid is very small particles which can penetrate very deeply into the skin. And actually, for people of color, this can lead to a lot of pigmentation. Now, come on now, my ladies, deep penetration is amazing, don't get me wrong, we love a bit of that penetration, but it is not always good, and not everyone can handle that all the time. Wait, what were you thinking? Oh my god, no, get your mind out of the gutter. I was specifically talking about the glycolic acid, you nasty. You don't really need glycolic acid when there are a lot better alternatives as to an AHA. What I prefer is a lactic acid. You can also go with the Ordinary one, but once again, good molecules, the Face Fury, they're all doing amazing lactic acids. Paula's Choice, which is a lot more gentler, it does sting less, it doesn't penetrate as deeply, which we have learned now that deep penetration is not always good. It's not gonna cause that hyperpigmentation, especially for my darker skin tones. Now, you can also use mandelic acid. That's an even better option if you have sensitive skin. If you have darker skin tone, you want to be on the safe, then go ahead and get mandelic acid. But truly, the Ordinary Peel, same concept applies, because actually that 30% AHA is gonna be glycolic acid, lactic acid, and I think it's citric acid if I'm not mistaken. But once again, it's mostly glycolic acid. Same concept applies, you don't need it. It's actually dangerous. Also, just on a side note, I want to just very quickly remind you, ladies, we do not want to exfoliate every day. So you do not want to use an exfoliating serum. You don't want to use an exfoliating toner every day, because that could actually lead to damaged skin barrier, which can then lead to more breakouts, increased oiliness, which is truly just the opposite of what you want to get. That is not what we're trying to achieve here. So definitely only use it 2/3 times a week, depending on how your skin can handle it. Now, this last one, child, I have to admit, it was a little bit of a clickbait here, okay? Like, you know, if you watch my videos, you know that I am the clickbait queen when it comes to thumbnails, when it comes to titles.
I'd say I'm surprised, but I know who you are. I've seen it up close and personal.
This was a little bit misleading, but still, I do have kind of a point. The first point I want to make is, I want to remind you, CeraVe is not the only brand that there is out there when it comes to skincare, okay? CeraVe is not the only one that makes great cleansers, either hydrating or foaming. Simple, Paula's Choice, the Face Theory, some Cetaphil cleansers, and the list just goes on, okay? These are now specifically all sold out, but truly what I'm trying to say is that you don't need specifically CeraVe. The second point that I want to make is that yes, even though you have oily skin, and traditionally we do recommend that you get an oily cleanser, a foaming cleanser for oily skin, and you get a hydrating cleanser for dry skin, it is not always the case. When you truly get into skincare and you start knowing how your skin works, it's a lot more flexible than you think. Like, I have hydrating cleansers that I use all the time. They don't give me no breakouts, they don't give me no blackheads, no clogged pores, or nothing like that. It is just truly a preference. When you actually start using exfoliating products, like for example a lactic acid, a salicylic acid, you start to understand that you really don't need a foaming cleanser, because your sebum production is gonna start to balance out thanks to these products and ingredients that you are using. You won't have no more blackheads. So there is once again no need for you to go in with a stripping cleanser like this, and you maybe want to opt for something a little bit more hydrating. Anyways, child, hope this was a little bit informative. I know, I'm sorry that it wasn't just as funny, as entertaining as my usual videos are, but you know, sometimes the girl has to dial it down. She has to be a little bit more professional and a little bit more put together, because you know, I have to also deliver with the information and the opinions that I have, okay? I can't always do clownery. I can't just always be a clown on the internet.
Oh,
It looks like we have some clowns who are desperate for airtime.
After all, I still have to show that I have the skincare knowledge over here because some of you are trying me, especially on the TikTok. You know, everyone just has their opinion at the end of the day. Even dermatologists can't just unite into just one general opinion. So imagine if dermatologists can't even figure it out for themselves. Just imagine if skincare influencers can do that. No, don't expect, we're humans, okay? Don't expect it to do, well, not even the doctors can, okay? We're not that smart at all. That's why we became influencers. I'm talking specifically for me because I don't have any other talent. So influencing and doing these clownery online was the only just future that I had. But all I want to say, respect my opinion, respect others' opinions, and truly just stick with who you think is right and what just more reflects more your skin type, and just your way of thinking and philosophy. That's it. But anyways, that's not the point that I was making. The point that I was initially making before I derailed onto this, like, you know, tangent, I was saying, hope this was a little bit informative. I know it wasn't as entertaining as I usually am, but you know, we just have to bring the value to the girls and we have to be a little bit more professional. So just let me know what you think. You can also DM me on my Instagram and let me know your opinion on this. Leave it in the comments down below as well. Have you took off or will you take away the niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, or every other product that I mentioned in this video in your routine? But anyways, if this was the first video you saw me, then ma'am, might maybe interest you into subscribing to the bell icon so you don't miss any of my uploads, because this is me tell you. Not only do we give all this information when it comes to acne and anti-aging, but we're also more entertaining in my other videos. Trust me on this, go watch them other videos and you let me know. But anyways, I would love to have you part of the family, so honestly just join. Mwah. On top of that, as I mentioned, I'm now a TikTok skincare influencer as well. So what you need to do is follow me on my Instagram and on my TikTok, because I'm about to reach 10,000 followers, 10K on Instagram, and that would just be amazing. You know, I could basically die after I'm done with that. See, even the hater, if you want me to die, just go ahead and follow me on my Instagram, period, because that's the closest that you're gonna get me to die. You should go ahead and follow me right now on my Instagram, or if you don't hate me, just follow me for supporting me and making us this famous. And also follow me on my TikTok, both are my random. There's a lot more skincare that you will not see here that you will see over there. But also, if you have any skincare issues that you wanna talk a little bit, then don't hesitate to DM me, because I would love to help you out. Mwah. Anyways, to my randoms who are still watching, know what time of the video is now. It's time for the Italian word of the video. Oh, and since this video was all about TikTok, the Italian word of the video is going to be tic-tac, which is, I know it's like a candy, but it's not. In Italian, tic-tac is like the sound that the clock, that the watch makes. I don't know why. I don't know. Ma'am, what do you think you're doing? You're not gonna cut this video, because yes, even though this is ending, what you need to do is watch whenever these two videos right here. They're just gonna be as informative, as informational, whatever this video was for you. But while you're doing that, remember to be random and always be random. No, but for real, click one or two, or I swear I will take niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and this, and I will just mix it all up. Put it in the oven, 10 minutes at 100 degrees, take it out in a mud cake, and just shove it on your face. Period. Click it.